Today's exit ticket has you practicing again the exponent rules. I picked out ones that have a homework help link to it. So I'm going to show you, just remind you about the homework help link. So like, for example, the first one, if you don't remember to take those numbers and multiply them, and then the x squared and x to the 1, group those in the y, it actually gives you the answer. For B, it does the same thing. Group the like bases together, x squared and x to the -2. If I add those, that's x to the 0 power, which is just 1. And then y to the 3rd plus y to the -2 would just give you y. So it's going to give you the answer. The answer is y. Okay. So on and so forth. So this one is the division problem. So you can subtract those two. This one you have to distribute to each one of those, and it gives you a hint. It reminds you that x to the -1 is you could rewrite this thing in the parentheses as 2 over x, and then you have to take that to the 3rd power. So just a reminder that the homework help is there, and it gives hints. Like for this one, it gives a hint, tells you what to do, subtract those. Okay. So so it gave the answers to this. The answer to this one is going to be, can I write it? It's going to be x to the 5th. Oops, I don't want that underlined. X, and then to do an exponent, remember we do superscript to the 5th. That's that one. And this one, so to get out of it, it's kind of a pain sometimes. You have to do getting out of it and then space. This would be 2 to the 3rd power over x to the 3rd power, or we can write it right next to it as x to the -3rd power. -3rd power. You could also write that as, 2 to the 3rd. I'm going to copy and paste this piece right here. And underline it. That's the only way I really know how to do fractions. And then you go here, enter, over, whoops. See, it's really a pain to write. It's really hard to write it with the formatting. So you can write it as x to the -3rd, or do your division line. And then when you get to writing the equation, homework help, again, that link gives you some hints. This is what we were doing last week or last quarter, writing an equation for this. Think of this situation. She's spending $35 per week. She currently has $1,500 and more help. So it writes the equation like this. I would actually prefer that if you did this, which this is fine too, but I think about writing this as y is equal to -35x plus $1,500. So thinking about that, that's what I'm starting with. That's what I'm losing each time. So now I know what 9 is, or what y is. So 915 is equal to -35x plus 1,500. Work backwards by subtracting 1,500, and 915 minus 1,500 is equal to -585 on this side. So -585 is equal to -35x. Then divide both sides by -35. And you get 16.7. So in about 16.7 weeks.